Now you were telling me something that you found interesting.
There's several things on this phone.
Well, yes, but there was some. You were walking over here with urgency. You say, "Hey, there's one interesting thing here."
I forgot. There's two or three.
You forgot.
But there's two or three things. But this is an interesting early American ship, 1830s, the Pennsylvania.
So this is
published in America in Philadelphia. A really obscure publisher. It's rather naive.
An obscure publisher. Was his name Frank?
It's Fessenden.
What was that?
Fessenden.
Fessenden. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember reading about him when I was a little boy.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, he was pretty obscure.
But anyway, it's just a nice, really American sailing ship.
I can see that.
It's not in the naval the Robinson collection, the Naval Museum, which has a huge repertoire.
So what would you say this is worth? About $3,500 or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, you're getting right on with these prices.
This is nice.
This is a much. Well, it's even though I see you've got it underpriced by $250. It's a great piece. Now this is going to sell much quicker.
That's the Mexican War.
Yes, this is when they're just hearing.
Americana.
They're just hearing about the big news.
Right, the news of the Mexican War, called Mexican News.
The Mexican news.
But it's just great Americana. You have all these figures here in front of the American Hotel, and they're reading the news of the Mexican War.
Well, it must have been exciting. So this was their version of Bush going to war with Iraq. What was the equivalent of their 9/11? He used to be a historian. The Alamo. Okay. Now I see that this is it says here Richard Canton Woodville. Now that's the painter.
And the engraver is after him.
Who cares about the engraver? Anyone can engrave. It's the.
That's not true. That's a great technical.
No, it is a technical thing. They can teach a monkey to engrave.
That's not true.
It is the artist that's the important. Yeah. Now wait. Now tell me. So you're standing up for the engraver, is that right?
Because what you're looking at is an engraving. But
Well,
it's an
I understand.
interpretation of it.
I understand, but let us suppose that another engraver were to do the same thing. Wouldn't it look approximately the same?
No.
It would look vastly different.
Yeah, sure.
So you're saying that the engraver has a lot of artistic leeway? Is that what you're saying?
In fact, many times the painter will actually hire an engraver whose work they like to interpret the work. That happens often, where there's a collaboration between.
Now, is there a famous engraver that you can name?
Oh, Sartain.
Sartain. Now, what's his full name?
William Sartain. I forget that.
We think it's William Sartain.
But he, for example, engraved a lot of the earlier, turn of the 18th century images of Washington and some of those people. Another one.
Another what?
Engraver.
Let's stay on engravers here.
Government, I'm really tired of money.